All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome in here on the Buckeye Racing Network. Sorry for the bit of a delay. Had some issues on my end, on some of my software not wanting to cooperate with me tonight, but nonetheless, we are here. We are live from the Lanier Speedway for tonight's event with, this is the Summer Showcase, round number one, brought to you tonight by Two Fat Guys Sim Racing Promotions, Reigel Promotions E-Sports, 3PG Gaming. Tonight's round number one, specifically presented by Aces Up Sim Sports. So big thank you to all of those sponsors here tonight. Two more races will be held after this one. A little bit different as far as qualifying tonight. It's going to be single car qualifying for these drivers. First driver up is going to be Dakota Osborne. He's staging in the pit lane for us. So we'll pick up his action once he heads out onto the racetrack. But if this is your first time here on the Buckeye Racing Network, welcome in. We're happy to have you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You'll know each and every time we go live here on the channel. Tim, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing wonderful. I believe Dakota's gonna go out there and about right now.
All right, good deal. That's what I like to see. You'll see those times. We'll keep track of them on the left-hand side of the screen, but he's the first driver out. They did the pill draw just a little bit ago, so I think in some ways it's kind of nice to be the first driver out. And we'll see what he does. Oh, makes a little contact with the wall here. Running right up near the fence. How about that?
Might be leaving some tire marks on that wall.
You ain't a kidding.
Wow.
Lap number one timed in at a 13:63. I think they're going to have about 3 laps timed. Quicker there on his third lap, that would be scored at a 13:60. So he's going to bring that car down the pit lane. 3 laps for each of these drivers. The first lap's more so a get up to speed lap. I think next out on the racetrack due up is going to be Caden Berry.
Caden Berry, yeah. This is pretty interesting. This is our first time doing qualifying like this.
Yeah, it sure is. See, he starts his, now what would be called his first official lap here. Timing, he already goes up to the top of the board at a 13:59 here. And lap number 2, quicker yet at a 12:90. Awesome couple of laps there for Caden Berry in that number 12 machine. Seth Gregory heading out now, car number 14. See what he does. Lap number 1 is going to be a 12:97 for Seth. So far good for second quick. And went to the top of the board on lap 2 at a 12:89. Nice run there for Seth Gregory. And we can't forget tonight's qualifying presented by Victory Fuel as well. And I believe we're waiting on the next driver to head out.
He's already out there. Logan Herbert is on lap 2.
Oh man, I didn't even know. I didn't know. I didn't even see it till late, unfortunately. Cross the line.
I did not know either.
There for his second lap. Good for third quick at a 13:15.
And Trevor Royer is out there, about ready to complete lap 1. Brushes the wall a little bit.
Trevor Royer, car 90. First time lapped for Trevor at a 13.20. See what he does here on lap number 2. And picks up just a little bit at 13.11 for Trevor. Carson Kirby out on the racetrack. He's next up. Just getting underway. Lap number 1 for Carson Kirby. Goes third quick at a 13.03. Lap number 2. Exact same, 13.03 on both laps. So looks like Dylan Patterson's up next. The number 97 Ally machine. See what he's able to do. He steps on the gas hard down the back straightaway. He's going to run the cushion on his warm-up lap. Number 2 in the, or excuse me, his first time lapped in the books. 13.24 for Dylan. Ooh, a little brush of the outside wall, but that might negate his second lap. It does, so he's going to get credited with a 13.24. Austin Motley in at number 37 machine. Lap 1, 13.34. Goes the line for lap number 2. He runs a 13.21. Good for 6th quick of the 8 cars that's taken the time. Matt Grimm's up next. He's heading out onto the track now. So he's got that car wound up near the cushion. Lap 1, a 13.76, 9th quick for Matt. Drop it down and work down low on the speedway for lap 2. Let's see what he does here. Lap 2 does improve, 13.12, good for 5th quick. Luke Bishop up next in car number 1. Got Elite Performance Industries on the wing. Does brush the wall just a little bit there. Gonna work down low. Out of turn 4, across the line. Lap 1 for Luke at a 13.18, 7th quick. Lap 2 was a tick slower, so Luke Bishop's going to be credited with a 13.18. Fred Hoffman's up next. In car 17. Now the brush of the wall negated his first lap, so he's going to have to do what he can do here on lap 2 to get a lap time in. And across the line, credited with a 13.20. 8th quick. Dustin Glenn up next. Car 24 got Mean Green and Z-Max on it. Going to complete lap 2. See if he picks up from his lap 1 of a 13.41. Just a tick slower. 13.53. Mason setting. Which I don't see Mason setting, do you? Looks like Justin Hart going to be up next. Justin Hart 6. Okay. And the double 01. Crosses the line at a 13.32. Good for 11th quick. Lap number 2 is a touch faster, a 13.25, still going to stay 11th quick. Let's see who's up next. I think we got all mixed up. Joshua Olson, maybe? Do you know, Tim, who's up next?
I'm looking. I don't see Joshua Olson.
I see Matthew Selby, Justin Osborne heading out onto the racetrack. Okay, yeah, Justin Osborne is heading out there.
I see Ty Williams as well.
Osborne with issues on lap 1, so he's going to have to gather that race car back in and try to put it together for lap 2.
I didn't even see that.
He got into the outside wall there in 1 and 2 the last time around, so he's going to use the bottom part of the speedway here on lap 2 to try to get his lap in. And 10th quick for Justin Osborne at a 13.23. Looks like Matthew Selby's heading out now. Driver out of Louisville, Kentucky. Interesting information. Former NASCAR Heat Pro League driver for Stewart Haas E-Sports. There you go, Tim. Car 46.
Thought that name looked familiar. He raced against a buddy of ours, Cody Giles.
That he did. 13th quick on lap 1 for Matthew at a 13.30. Cross the line a little slower on lap number 2. Should be maybe Ty Williams up next.
I believe it is.
Okay, we do pick him up. He pops up to a 13:07, good for fourth quick. That's one of the quicker laps of recent, so nice lap there for Ty Williams. Should be the 21 machine of Blaine Brink now. Lap 1 for Blaine at a 13:37, good for 15th. Cross the line for lap 2. 1/100th of a second quicker to a 13:36. Jimbo Rooney now in car 19. It's got 13 on there. And a nice neon green, white, and black paint scheme on his race car.
It's going to be one of the paint schemes of the night.
I think so. That's very sharp looking paint. Lap 1 for Jimbo. Going to be good for 17th quick at a 13:50. Lap 2 in the books. And he does pick up about a 10.5 to a 13:34, good for 15th. Evan Oliver now. Heading out onto the track. Oh my. He hit the wall. Austin Motley over at Assassin's Design says he made James's wrap. And Evan Oliver having a bunch of issues here in qualifying. He's just going to bring that car to a stop up on the outside part of the racetrack, and he might negate his qualifying run. Corey Bodeno is scheduled to be up next, and he is heading out onto the racetrack here. Driver out of Athens, Ohio. In car 34. Lap 1 for Corey is going to be a 13:45, good for 18th quick. Let's see what he does here on lap number 2. Does he pick up? And he does, about a 10.5. Good for 15th. And I believe that leaves maybe either Mike Augustine, I think. Yeah, he's out on the racetrack. Uh-oh, he bumps the wall. I think that was before he started his official lap, so still should be able to get both in. Lap 1 for Mike goes 5th quick at a 13:08. And I think he negated his second lap, unfortunately. Must have called that good enough. Looks like maybe Justin Hart as the only other driver, because Evan Oliver's time did not count. So that should do it. 22 cars in the session. 22 cars. And 20 have taken a time. Evan Oliver having some issues there in his qualifying run. I believe that's going to do it in our qualifying session. Here tonight. Now, I tell you what, Seth Gregory going to be tonight's Victory Fuel Fast qualifier in that number 14 machine with a lap of 12:89, 1/100th of a second better than Caden Berry here tonight. All right, heat race number 1 is grading up right now. Row number 1 is going to be Fred Hoffman and Matt Grimm. Row 2, Ty Williams, Seth Gregory. Row 3, Dylan Patterson, Corey Boudneau. Row 4 is going to be Dustin Glenn and Evan Oliver.
Gonna be a good one here.
I believe so. Going to be 8 laps the distance. And I believe 24 cars are going to start the feature. So everybody that's here tonight is going to make the feature. As they come, the pace truck peels off. Fred Hoffman hits the gas, and we are underway here. From Lanier, contact, Matt Grimm, Ty Williams, Fred Hoffman, and I think that was the 97 of Dylan Patterson. All get together on the initial start. We'll go back and take a quick peek at that. But Fred Hoffman having issues on the inside, getting down into turn number 1. Here we are. We'll slow it down. Yeah, Fred's just trying to enter low, but Matt Grimm was lower than he was, and they touched wheels, sending both cars sideways. Ty Williams having nowhere to go. The 97 of Dylan Patterson nowhere to go as well. So 4 cars with some pretty big contact. I believe the 24, no, he was not able to miss Fred Hoffman. So Dustin Glenn also getting a piece of that.
You know, Tyler, I think that's going to come down to just the start there. It looked like Flying Fred Hoffman got a really good launch, but then right as he gets to the start-finish line, he kind of checks up, and then it made Matt Grimm check up just a little bit. May have just crossed him up just a little bit.
Yeah, I think so, and that was our first caution period of the night, thanks to Aces Up Sim Sports. Almost forgot to mention that with everything else going on tonight, but big thank you to Aces Up Sim Sports for sponsoring each and every caution period here tonight in the first round of this Summer Showcase Series. Well, they're back 2 by 2 here. Going to go back to green. Fred Hoffman still in the pit lane. Seth Gregory fires away, leads him down into turn 1. As we're back green and is still showing caution on my timing and scoring for some odd reason. But now it corrects itself. The battle is on for 4th and 5th on back. Matt Grimm looking to make up some lost spots. Ty Williams right behind him, although he's showing 1 lap down, unfortunately. As Grimm is working underneath the 4G machine, passes him down the back straightaway. That's Evan Oliver. Corey Boudneau trying to challenge the back end of Seth Gregory now. Now as my timing and scoring is starting to realign, Ty Williams is on the lead lap, so no issues there. Yellow flag being displayed, though, once again, as I believe Dylan Patterson had a bit of an issue. We'll take a look at exactly what happened to him. He's in that car 97 on the inside part of the racetrack. We do have 1 car blinking out. Let's see if he reappears and causes the issue. Oh, no, car 24 and 97 get together. Maybe both trying to avoid the car that blinks out. And Dylan Patterson and Dustin Glenn, unfortunately, getting a piece of that once again. So they've been involved in both of the Aces Up Sim Sports caution periods here in this first heat.
Flying Fred Hoffman, back out on the track, just 2 laps down.
Yeah, Fred's rejoining. Get some more practice laps in. And I don't know, maybe Mookie MC says, looks like a chance of rain tonight at the track. We certainly hope not here.
Yeah, let's not have that evil wished upon this beautiful night of racing.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't want to see that. But it is a little bit overcast. There's no doubt about that. Dylan Patterson still on the pit lane, and I guess they would be trying to let him rejoin the field, and he's going to. As the field's lined up 2 by 2 once again. Also, shout out to Third Party Gaming in the chat as well. Green flag goes back in the air. Nice restart for Seth Gregory. Matt Grimm already firing underneath Corey Bodno. Not going to be able to complete that pass out of turn 2, but Matt's going to stay committed down low on the speedway and try to gain as much as he can. Back. Ty Williams following him through as he's going to move past Evan Oliver for the 5th position. Evan Oliver slots back into 6th. Yeah, but he's going to get a good run, almost fighting back there in the middle part of the racetrack. Ty Williams misses the bottom just a little bit, has to gather the car back in. Our top 3 all running on the bottom part of the racetrack, just 3 laps to go in this first heat.
Ty Williams is the first driver, all the way up next to the wall. He's doing it in 3 and 4, runs the bottom in 1 and 2. He just launches out of 4.
Oh, be careful.
Not quite
They're touching wheels
good as
again.
it was earlier.
Ty Williams, Evan Oliver really battling for this 4th position. White flag goes in the air for Seth Gregory, though. And he has company. Corey and Matt right behind him. Corey's going to enter right on his tail tank. Checkered flag goes in the air. Seth Gregory wins heat 1. Corey Bodno 2nd. Matt Grimm 3rd. Ty Williams going to be 4th. Evan Oliver was able to hold on for 5th. Dustin Glenn 6th. Dylan Patterson 7th. And Fred Hoffman is going to be credited in 8th. It's going to finish out our first heat of the night. As we're getting reset here, drivers in heat number 2 taking the grid. Row 1 is going to be Austin Motley and Logan Herbert. I think I said row 2. Row 1 would be Austin Motley and Logan Herbert. Row 2 will be Mike Augustine and Caden Berry. Row number 3 is going to be Justin Hart and Jimbo Rooney. And row 4 is going to be Dakota Osborne.
You know, Bentley, I'm gonna have to throw this in here. If we were voting for best paint scheme, my vote would go to that Austin Motley machine.
Oh yeah, it does look pretty nifty. I like the color combination. What would you kind of call that? A little bit of a transition from pink to maybe like a tannish orange, I think. Yeah.
I would have to call that a sunset.
Yeah, that would perfectly describe that, I think. At number 37. And he's going to start on the pole here in the 2nd heat, so can't go wrong there.
He's going to look to drive off into the sunset in that sunset kind of color combo car.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the pace truck's going to peel off this time. Flagman's got the green flag in hand. Austin Motley hits the gas. We are underway here in heat number 2. Battling hard for 2nd. Mike Augustine, Logan Herbert side by side. They settle out just for a minute. Look at Caden Berry, car 12, all the way up near the fence trying to make up some ground. Mike Augustine moves into 2nd. Logan Herbert slots back into 3rd. The 001 of Justin Hart working the inside. He's trying to pass Caden Berry as they're battling for 4th. Oh, be careful. Justin Hart had to get on the brakes hard entering turn 1.
Oh!
Uh-oh!
We got a wreck. Caden Berry avoided it.
Yeah, I
Bit of
think
contact.
everybody stayed going straight, but the left front is broken on the 611 machine of Logan Herbert. He's going to have to bring that car into pit lane. And more contact. Car 37. Oh, my goodness. 3 cars getting together at the bottom of turn number 2. Mike Augustine, Justin Hart, and Austin Motley. Austin Motley and Mike Augustine were side by side for the lead, and just each of them ran out of real estate. Bringing the caution flag out. We'll try to decipher that once again. We'll take a look here. Mike Augustine leads the way down into turn number 1. We'll slow things down just a little bit, and we see Austin Motley really get into the corner well beneath Augustine. Augustine was trying to pinch back down, and Motley was there. And those 2 cars just made contact. The 79, the 001 makes pretty big contact with both of those cars as they were stopped on the inside. The 001 had nowhere to go, unfortunately. And I think he lost a wheel as well, Justin Hart did. So, a lot of crazy things happening so far in this second heat. Justin Hart is able to rejoin, but Dakota Osborne And to answer your question, Mookie, tonight's prize package, the winner of the feature tonight wins $150. Second place wins $100. Third wins $50. Fourth takes home $30. And fifth takes home $20. And it was $15 to enter for each of these drivers tonight. So if you finish in the top 5, you make at least your entry fee back plus just a little bit. As they're allowing, I believe that's Logan Herbert to finish up the service. There, he might be able to rejoin and time it, but we are going double file already. To go to Osborne, Caden Berry on the front row. Curious to see if Berry has any major damage. We've seen the 001 have to bring his car in for service. Pace truck peels off. Osborne hits the gas. We're back under green flag conditions here. Osborne down low. Caden Berry up on the cushion. Big run out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. They're going to be even through 3 and 4. Berry with the advantage around the outside, but Osborne still hanging tough on the inside. Which line prevails, Tim? The outside or the inside?
Well, I'm going to have to put my money on the outside, as long as you don't get in the wall.
Oh, I tell you what, he kept it out of the wall. Osborne got into turn 1 really well on the bottom. Almost was able to jump up and clear Caden Berry, but wasn't quite able to do that. And I think he likes running the bottom more. Quick check behind. It is a dogfight for third. Jimbo Rooney, Justin Hart, Austin Motley, all a part of this action back here. Caden Berry, 2 laps to go at the line, leads that one, but it's still a heated battle.
Oh, Austin Motley around. Collected Mike Augustine. They get going. No
Back
yellow.
up front, white flag goes in the air in this second heat. Caden Berry took the race lead from Dakota Osborne. He's running the inside. Will he be able to fend him off through 3 and 4? Flagman has a checkered flag in the air. Caden Berry wins heat 2. Dakota Osborne second. Jimbo Rooney going to be finishing third. Justin Hart fourth. Austin Motley fifth. Mike Augustine in 6th, and Logan Herbert 7th, 1 lap off the pace. Wow, that was an action-packed heat race number 2, Tim.
Yeah, it was. Awesome.
Yeah, that was really, really fun there. Let's hope we carry that action right on into heat race number 3. Row number 1 is going to be Justin Osborne and Luke Bishop. Row 2 is going to be Trevor Royer and Carson Kirby. Row 3 is going to be Matthew Selby and Blaine Brink. And row 4 is going to have Justin Hart. Also, before we get going here in the third heat, $5 a wrap guy is sponsoring tonight's 5th place finisher. Going to get a free wrap design if you finish 5th tonight in the feature. Also, like I said earlier, Aces Up SimSport being a part of our Yellow Flag sponsor, they're also sponsoring our Dirt Track Dominator Award for $5, our Fastest Lap Award for $5, the Hard Charger Award for $5, and the Hot Lap Hero Award for $5. So really nice prizes for these drivers here tonight. Justin Osborne leads us to the green flag here in heat number 3. Justin Hart not making the call, so 6 cars for 10 laps. Luke Bishop working. Go ahead.
I was going to say some big contact between Matthew Selby and Carson Kirby going into 1. They kept it straight as we're almost 3 wide for the lead.
Uh-oh, Justin Osborne blinked for just a minute, but he is right back. No harm, no foul there. Matthew Selby, Carson Kirby, Blaine Brink all working the inside. Selby trying to take a peek underneath Trevor Royer. Nothing quite doing there. Uh-oh, Osborne missed the bottom a little bit. Luke Bishop had a peek to the inside.
What a Trevor Royer shot out of a cannon out of turn 2 all the way to the back of 2nd place now.
Yeah, Royer has got the top working just like Caden Berry did in heat number 2. You see Osborne and Bishop working the bottom. Royer up near the fence. Matthew Selby following right behind him, trying to widen this racetrack out as much as possible. Big run for Royer into turn number 3. Should get a good run out of 4, and does, right to the back bumper of Luke Bishop. Royer just turned the fastest lap too as well. Now he's going to look for...
underneath.
Wow. Oh, be careful.
Boy.
Contact. Luke Bishop ran right into the tail tank of Trevor Royer, but they both keep going. Justin Osborne still running the inside, coming to the white flag here in heat number 3. Osborne, Royer, Bishop, Selby, your top 4. Osborne going to play safe through 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. Justin Osborne. Flag to flag in heat 3. Trevor Royer 2nd. Luke Bishop 3rd. Matthew Selby 4th. Blaine Brink 5th. And Carson Kirby, your 6th place finisher in heat number 3. Pace truck back out there. Heat number 4 gridding up now. Or excuse me, that was our 3 heats tonight. This is going to be our admin box B main, it looks like. And I believe all these drivers transfer, correct, Tim?
It's saying it's taking 5 to the feature.
Okay, well, 5 it is. Going to go to the feature here tonight. You can see as row 1 is going to have Dustin Glenn and Mike Augustine. Row 2, Carson Kirby, Dylan Patterson. Row number 3, Logan Herbert, Justin Hart, and Fred Hoffman.
Okay, so there's 2 people that will not make the feature according to the little cheat sheet here that the second part of the cheat sheet that you did not receive.
Yes. Well, and we know Justin Hart did not make the call, so only one driver is not going to continue on here tonight. 6 drivers for 12 laps, and you've got to be in the top 5. Again, we appreciate each and every one of you tuning in here on the Buckeye Racing Network. We're happy to bring you guys the coverage of round number 1 of this Summer Showcase Series. The two Fat Guys Sim Racing, 3PG Gaming, Reigel Promotions E-Sports, all getting together, putting this together. Aces Up Sim Sports being our presenting sponsor, the title sponsor to Fat Guys Sim Racing. So can't say enough about all the partners here tonight. Pace truck peels away. Green flag goes in the air. Dustin Glenn going to lead him down into turn number 1. Well, look at Mike Augustine. He wants to jump up there and lead some laps as he's going to run up near the cushion, at least higher than Dustin Glenn. Let's see if he gets a good run out of turn 4. Does, and I think leads lap number 1. Dustin Glenn slots back into second, battling side by side. Dylan Patterson, Carson Kirby battling for that 3rd spot.
Logan under fire for that transfer spot, that last and final transfer spot. Is maybe a little contact. He tries to look underneath. We have the 97 brushing the wall.
Yeah, if you are Logan Herbert or Fred Hoffman, you don't want to be the 6th place car. They'll be hot and heavy to try to get up there and battle at least Carson Kirby. Uh-oh, and contact! Logan Herbert, Fred Hoffman. Big issues. Fred Hoffman's got a broken left front on that machine. That does bring the yellow flag out. Go back and decipher exactly what happened to both drivers. And really, just really tough battling to not be the final car. And I think blame maybe on both equally. Fred was kind of going down the track. Logan was kind of drifting up the track, and they just met right in the middle. And maybe Fred got the worst of it because he got big damage on the left front of that race car. We pick up back up front with Mike Augustine. We see Logan Herbert is leaving the pit lane. Fred Hoffman may have called it a night as he is no longer showing on my timing and scoring. So that would be our 5, Tim. Mike Augustine, Dylan Patterson, Dustin Glenn, Carson Kirby, Logan Herbert. We're going to go 2 by 2. We got just about 7 laps or so. To go once we get back underway. Base truck peels off. Green flag back in the air. Mike Augustine leads the charge down the back straightaway. Side by side, Dustin Glenn, Carson Kirby as they're fighting for the 3rd spot. Just behind Logan Herbert was almost able to catch the field before we went back to green. Five laps to go here in RB Main.
Glenn trying to work around the outside of Carson Kirby.
Yeah.
As he surrenders, looks like 3rd to Carson Kirby, as he just elects to run right behind him.
Yeah, I think the bottom line, everybody's maybe just realized that all 5 of them's going to transfer, so let's just bring this thing home. It's just 2 laps to go now for Mike Augustine. All 5 cars running single file at the moment. Now just one more time around for this B main. Wrapping the bottom through 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. Mike Augustine, the admin box B main winner. Dylan Patterson's going to be second. Carson Kirby's going to be third. Dustin Glenn fourth, and Logan Herbert fifth. All 5 are going to move on to the big show here in just a few moments. We do have a little bit longer warm-up session here tonight, as they are going to officially do the redraw for these drivers. Just want to make sure I have the accurate information here. I believe that's what's going on now, Tim. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct. We are looking at the redraw.
It looks like the top 9 or so starters are going to be part of the redraw. Here, I'm going to get you that information as soon as it is finalized. Here, but real quick, while we're waiting, we're going to step aside, pay some bills of our own. We'll be right back. Welcome back in here on the Buckeye Racing Network. Warm-up session coming to a close. Redraw has been complete. We are about to roll in tonight's feature action here from the Lanier Speedway for 35 laps. Let's look at the starting lineup here tonight. Row number 1 is going to be Seth Gregory and Caden Berry. Row 2, Justin Osborne and Corey Boudinot. Row number 3, Dakota Osborne and Trevor Royer. Row 4, Matt Grimm, Jimbo Rooney. Row 5, Luke Bishop, Ty Williams. Row 6, Justin Hart, Matthew Selby. Row 7, Evan Oliver, Austin Motley. Row 8, Blaine Brink, Mike Augustine. Row 9, Dylan Patterson, Carson Kirby. Row 10, Dustin Glenn and Logan Herbert. It's going to be our 20 cars starting here tonight. So we go back up front, and we await the pace truck to start rolling here. Remember, a lot on the line for these drivers. $5 has already been given out to the Hot Lap Hero, with $5 on the line for the Hard Charger, $5 on the line for the fastest lap, $5 on the line for the driver leading the most laps, and of course the big money, $150 to win here tonight. And if you finish in the top 5, you are going to win some money. Remember, second gets $100, third goes home with $50, fourth with $30, and fifth will take home $20. Also, at the end of these 3 races, which there's a little bit of gap between each, and I believe a couple other broadcasting companies will be taking over the coverage for those, a $200 point fund is also on the line as well. So I believe we are about to go green flag racing in just a few moments. After the redraw, we got the lineups reshaken back out. Trevor Royer, Corey Bodno. Row 1, Matt Grimm, Dakota Osborne. Row 3, Seth Gregory, Justin Osborne. Then Caden Berry, Luke Bishop, 7th and 8th, and Ty Williams back there in 9th. As they, I think, just about got the lineups ready to go. Go ahead, Tim.
Austin Motley to the rear to serve a penalty.
Okay, so yeah, Austin Motley going to have to go to the back. Might keep an eye on him, see if he's able to move up any.
Well, before we get going, who are you going to keep your eye on?
Oh, I'll keep an eye on Matt Grimm. I know he's only starting 3rd, but he's shown a lot of good speed here tonight in car 91. How about you tonight, Tim?
I'm going to keep my eye on Caden Berry. I just gained myself a whole lot of fans with that pick right there.
I think so. Caden always has a good following. We always enjoy seeing the comments here on the channel. He's definitely one to watch, starting back there in the 7th position. No, we are not quite on lap 5, as we have not taken the official green flag, so they've got the order all ready to go. We're about ready to turn these drivers loose. Lights do go out on the pace truck this time. Two by two. Trevor Royer in control. Green flag goes in the air, and we're ready to rock and roll from Lanier for 35 laps for 150 to win. Royer, good run on the bottom. Matt Grimm, Corey Bodno side by side. Be careful, Grimm gets tapped from behind. That's Seth Gregory. Oh my, 3 wide into turn 1. Are they going to be able to keep the cars off of one another? They do, thankfully, and I hear some beating and banging going on just behind this, but 4 wide just for a second entering turn number 3.
Carnage is everywhere. Oh my goodness.
I don't know
where to look.
I know, Matt Grimm does move into 2nd, but they're battling for 3rd. Corey Bodno, Dakota Osborne, Seth Gregory 3 wide. Just behind them, Justin Osborne, Caden Berry, Luke Bishop were 3 wide for a minute through turns 3 and 4. But Grimm is to the tail tank of Trevor Royer. They put 5 laps on the board this time. Evan Oliver having issues. He pulled his car off the racetrack and into the pit lane. Look at Dakota Osborne up on the cushion, Tim.
I was just about to say that. All the way around the outside, looking to get a run.
And he does. He moves into 2nd. Is he going to take the lead? Out of turn 4 there, drag racing down the straightaway. Tries a little lower entry. Good momentum out of turn 2. He might get it this time out of turn 4. We'll keep an eye. Uh-oh, contact just behind. Corey Bodno, Seth Gregory. They're tapping wheels. Bodno way up the hill in turn number 1. I don't know. That was a great save. Justin Osborne moves up a position as well. Dakota Osborne still working the outside. Look who has snuck his way up, challenging for the lead. Caden Berry right there in the mix, working the inside part of the racetrack. No surprise there. And to the race lead goes Caden Berry into turn 1. The Aces Up caution flag is being displayed once again. We'll see if we can see exactly what happened. I believe it happened with Jimbo Rooney. We'll take a look. He's in that beautiful car 13 down the back straightaway. He gets help from Matthew Selby. Selby gets into the left rear and spins Rooney around. See if any other cars are part of that. Selby makes more contact with him. Look, Patterson, the 24 machine. Dustin Glenn does work around, but Patterson does make contact with Rooney. Still, and Rooney loses the top wing, has to bring that car directly into the pit lane. Austin Motley with front suspension damage on that race car as well. Crazy action. Now they're going to go back to the last scoring lap, so that's going to credit Trevor Royer still with the lead. Caden Berry moved up to second as of now. Dakota Osborne credited in third, Matt Grimm fourth, Seth Gregory in fifth.
If we have time, we have to go see that save again. That was amazing.
Yeah, that's the 34 of Corey Bodno had an amazing save into turn 1. Was able to gather that car in quick, jump back on the cushion, and mat the gas down and continue going.
On lap 8. Wow.
Matthew Selby into the pit lane to the attention of his crew. He's heading back out now, rejoining. Looks like we'll run at least another pace lap. I tell you, Caden's got something figured out on the bottom part of the speedway. As he moved right up to second from 7th in just 10 laps. Dakota Osborne was running up on the cushion. We'll see if he moves back up there to try to make his way to the lead. Trevor Royer in control for this restart. He gets back on the gas. We are back underway. Caden Berry going to follow him through right on his tail tank. Dakota Osborne behind him. Matt Grimm, first car on the outside part of the racetrack, followed by Justin Osborne. Grimm gets a good run out of turn 4. And look at, I believe that's Herbert. Or no, that's Justin Osborne looking underneath of him there. 3 wide. Caden Berry also looking for the race lead. Berry on the bottom. Royer moved up to the outside. You can see the difference. Royer's got that wing back just a little further than Berry does. Almost 4 wide behind. Matt Grimm, Dakota Osborne, Seth Gregory, Ty Williams a part of that. Justin Osborne as well. Caden Berry, Trevor Royer still battling hard for the race lead. Awesome battles here all through the racetrack. Matt Grimm still trying to get by Dakota Osborne for the 3rd position. Seth Gregory, he's moved up into 5th. Luke Bishop trying to fend off the charge from Ty Williams and Justin Osborne. They're 6th, 7th, and 8th. Mike Augustine, he's moved up nicely. He's into the top 10. Be careful, he makes contact with Ty Williams, sends Ty Williams around and into the inside wall. That's going to bring the next Aces Up caution flag out. Go back and take a look at that. We keep an eye on the 01 machine of Ty Williams. See, he really gets into turn 3 good, but has to jump out of the gas. He touches, I believe that's the 01, or just the 1 machine. And Mike Augustine carrying the momentum on the inside, unable, just didn't have enough time to check up, nowhere to go, and makes contact with Ty Williams, getting out of turn 4 onto the front straightaway, bringing the, I think this is the 2nd or 3rd caution flag out tonight. 2nd caution period. Still only 1 car out, 19 cars still on the racetrack. Once we go back to green, crossed flags will go in the air as we will be halfway home here in our feature event. Tim, once we do get back to racing, would you like to bring us to the green flag?
I would certainly love that. We got a whole lot of racing to cover here. I just want to add laps to this race. That's all.
Tell you, it's been action throughout the field. Really awesome to call up to this point, and we're only halfway through the feature. Looks like at least 1 more lap of caution. As we'll hopefully get back to green flag racing here soon. I believe we're going to go 2x2 this time, so for sure going green next time by. All right, pace truck peels off. We're looking for another good restart here out of turn 4. Royer and Barry with great restarts down the front straightaway. Matt Grimm trying to get by Dakota Osborne, does clear him. He's going to go into 3rd, but Osborne challenging hard on the inside. Got to be careful as Gregory was right there as well. Osborne slips up, and I think they might have had some contact. Osborne jumps on the brakes again. Yellow flag being displayed. I believe Austin Motley might have had an issue. Yeah, look at that. 3 wide, really tight. Motley was just trying to shoot the gap. He touches the right rear wheel of Dylan Patterson, and he goes right up into the 24 machine of Dustin Glenn and gets sent up into the outside wall. So we'll have to keep an eye on Motley to see how bad that damage is going forward.
I apologize. I was not live to bring us to green that last time around.
It's all good. We could try it again on this restart. How's that sound?
That works for me.
Ty Williams and Jimbo Rooney both still in the pit lane trying to get serviced. I think Jimbo's still sitting there getting repaired. Ty Williams has rejoined. Admin's trying to let everybody get their damage repaired here. I think they give them about 3 minutes to get back out. Rooney is rejoining, so we should get the one to go signal. And we do.
We have.
All right, Tim, it's all yours.
Uh-oh. It said not going. I don't know. Are we going? Oh, if we are, Trevor Royer is going to lead the field. We are not. I believe we're going green this time. We got one car stopped in the middle of the track.
Hopefully nobody hits him. Everybody does
two.
split him. That's good.
Oh.
Whoa, what happened there? What did happen there, Tim? I was trying to see. Dylan Patterson is stopped upside down at the top of turn 3. Let's try to go back and decipher what happened to the 97 machine. Well, it looks like they were just pacing. This is slowed down a little bit, but look at the 37. The 37, was that intentional? I certainly hope not. But the 37 just drove right into the 97, destroying pretty much both race cars. Do you know what happened, Tim?
I don't know what happened. If that was intentional. They did make some contact.
Well, I'm trying to go back and see what Motley was doing.
Before our last yellow, they made contact on the green flag lap.
Well, here's the previous pace lap. Motley is underneath the 97 of Patterson. Rooney exits the pit lane. The 97 pinches Motley. I don't think the 97 realized Rooney exited the pit lane, and Motley made contact with the inside wall right out of turn 4 on the straightaway. And you see he gathers the car back in. Let's pick up the speed just a little bit. He stops here in the middle of 1 and 2 as we are about to go back to green. Here's the field. They got to split the 37. The 37 then re-hits the gas. Rejoins the field and just drives right into Dylan Patterson in the 97. Oh my.
Looks like there was a couple incidents between the 97 and the 37, I guess.
Well, that's something for the admins to decipher going forward. The 97 does rejoin of Dylan Patterson back there in 17th.
All right, Trevor Royer is going to bring the field to the green. We will be going green this time as he leads Caden Berry through 3 and through 4 as Trevor's on the gas. Caden Berry matches him, trying to get a run through 1. They switch spots. Trevor up high, Caden down low. Way up the wall, Trevor goes.
Oh my, one's around in the back, Tim. I think Justin Hart, Carson Kirby got all mixed up. The green is still out for now.
Oh, 3 wide, oh, huge wreck.
Oh my goodness, cars up and into the fence. I don't know who that is. I think that's Justin Osborne, Seth Gregory. I don't know who's up on their lid. I think it is. No, that's not.
Justin Osborne.
Oh, wow. Craziness here on this latest restart. We're going to try to decipher as much of it as we can.
Mike Augustine was also
Let's see.
upside down.
They were battling so hard for the 3rd and 4th spot. You see they're 3 wide here out of 2. Down the back straightaway, Gregory, Augustine, Osborne all get together. The 1 machine also getting some damage of that. The 611 getting a piece. 3 cars into the fence. Osborne almost up and over the fence. That's the 0 machine of Justin Osborne. Crazy accident entering turn 3 with just about 16 laps to go. Just all 3 drivers fighting for the same real estate, and it looks like most of them's going to have to tow. You see Seth Gregory trying to get that car into the pit lane. Updated running order for everybody at home. Trevor Royer, Caden Berry 1 and 2. Dakota Osborne still in 3rd. 4th is going to be Dustin Glenn. 5th, Dylan Patterson. 6th, Logan Herbert. 7th, Matt Grimm. 8th, I believe, is going to be Matthew Selby. 9th, Blaine Brink. 10th, maybe Corey Bodeno, and it is Jimbo Rooney. 11th, Justin Hart. 12th, Seth Gregory. 13th, 14th, Justin Osborne. 15th, Luke Bishop. 16th, Carson Kirby. Yeah, I agree, guys. Mayhem here. We're getting into the pay window. Drivers definitely trying to get up there to be a part of the money here. The top 5 for sure. The Hard Charger Award gets some money. Right now that's looking like Dustin Glenn, who's up 15 spots from his starting position.
Good recovery for that number 97 machine with Dylan driving there, as he moves up into, I believe that is 6th. Matt Grimm elects to take it down pit road.
Ty Williams just coming back out on the racetrack as well. But yeah, good recovery. Dustin Glenn up quite a few spots. We're going to go double file and get the restart this time. Royer gets a good restart. Down the front straightaway they go and leads them into turn 1. Osborne has a peek to the inside of Caden Berry. Nothing doing there. Berry in the middle with a good run into turn 3. Look at Dylan Patterson on the inside in that 97 machine. He's looking for the 4th spot. Yellow flag waves once again.
Rooney went for a little bit of a ride there. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Matt Grimm, nowhere to go.
Yeah, Rooney jumped out of the gas to try to miss hitting the outside wall hard. And like you said, here comes the 91 machine of Matt Grimm already committed to running up on the cushion. And Rooney comes right up the racetrack and into him. Big contact with James Rooney and Matt Grimm there. And the under caution sponsor, I agree, Ace is up, getting their money's worth here tonight for all the caution periods we've had so far. That was just our 5th caution so far. We've had a couple in our heat races, a couple in the B main as well. So I'll tell you what, Tim, is it a little bit of a surprise? Trevor Royer, able to hold on to the race lead up to this point. Been pretty strong on the restarts as well.
I don't know if it's much of a surprise, but I know Caden Berry is just wishing for that long run to happen.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you. Now, I don't believe we've seen too many races with Trevor Royer yet here on the Buckeye Racing Network, but we've seen quite a few with Caden Berry, and we know just how good of a race car driver he is in the sim. And Trevor Royer is holding his own up to this point. Dakota Osborne's been hanging tough there in the 3rd spot. Dustin Glenn, like I said, up 15 spots. Dylan Patterson up 12. Logan Herbert up about 13. So really nice work for those drivers.
We're going to go to 1 to green here. We're not inside 10 laps to go, so we will be 2 by 2.
And they do go double file. Rooney still on the pit lane with damage. So 17. No, it looks like Matt Grimm also is out. 16 cars still running. Pace truck, nope, added a lap of caution.
Going green this time. Caden Berry just trying to get as good as a launch as he can. Royer's away. Caden Berry goes down low. Dakota Osborne follows Caden Berry. 3, 4 wide. It is a mess mid-pack.
Yeah, 3 and 4 wide for sure. Look at Bodno on the far inside, trying to get a peek there for about, I don't know, the 10th place spot, it looks like. He falls back just a little bit. Caden Berry still chasing down Trevor Royer hot and heavy. Now we are going to be underneath 10 laps to go. So if we do get any more caution periods, we will be single file. Our top 3 are single file. The first battle is Dustin Glenn and Logan Herbert, battling to be inside of the pay window. Yellow flag being displayed once again. Let's see exactly what happened to Mike Augustine. It looks like he was part of the crash. Yeah, Mike Augustine and the One Machine get together. There of Luke Bishop. They kind of tangled and moved their way slowly down to the inside and tagged. I believe that's Justin Osborne in that number 0 machine. So pretty heavy damage for Justin and definitely for Mike as he went for a ride, as he went up and over, losing the top wing on that race car.
Yeah, I'm surprised Augustine hasn't brought it down yet. As
Well, I see Ty Williams, Jimbo Rooney, Mike Augustine in the pit lane, Justin Osborne currently not moving. Looks like he has called it a night. So it looks maybe 14 or so cars still left.
yeah. The one I don't just that machine's broken.
Green flag goes back in the air. Just 8 laps remaining. Royer, Barry, Osborne, Glenn side by side. Logan Herbert, Matthew Selby.
Caden Barry slides up in front of Trevor.
Royer going to throw a slider of his own through 1 and 2. Barry with the run off of the high side. Barry going to throw a slider and return the favor here through 3 and 4. Royer going to try the crossover move down the front straightaway. He does as Barry. Man, what a battle we got for the lead. Royer going to pinch Barry down just a little bit.
Wow.
I don't know how they didn't touch there through 3 and 4, but my goodness, the action we got for the race lead. How much longer is this going to go on? And the yellow flag gets displayed. Who was leading at the line?
I believe Caden Barry was.
Oh, Blaine Brink goes for a wild ride. In car 21, he got up into the fence through turns 1 and 2. Went for a crazy ride across the fence. He is going to be able to continue, though. And Caden Barry is the new leader. There's now just 12 cars remain. Looks like Blaine Brink did bring his car down the pit lane. He has rejoined, so hopefully we get the one to go signal this time. Top 5, Caden Barry, Trevor Royer, Dakota Osborne, Dustin Glenn, and Matthew Selby. Those drivers are in the pay window. Dustin Glenn right there on the brink of being there for the Hard Charger Award as well. I think Trevor Royer may get the award for laps led. As we still have at least another lap of yellow. I think the order is correct now. Lights do go out on the pace truck. A 4-lap shootout potentially if we stay green. Single file. Field in the hands of Caden Berry. Gets a great launch down the front straightaway. Royer is going to try to get right back to his tail tank down the back straightaway. Dustin Glenn, Matthew Selby back here rounds out the top 5. Now just 3 laps to go. Royer with a great run through 3 and 4. He's going to use the inside. Barry's going to go to the outside. We'll keep an eye on the battle for the lead. Royer down low once again. Barry kind of a slider line through 3 and 4 that time. 2 laps to go. Royer's going to move up to the top of the speedway. Barry's going to defend as much as possible. Good advantage for Caden Berry this time. White flag one more time around here in the first round of the Summer Showcase. Berry with the advantage down the back straightaway into turn 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. Caden Berry wins round number 1 of the Summer Showcase. Trevor Royer second, and crashing, I believe, down the front straightaway.
Yeah, big wreck.
Dakota Osborne's going to round out our podium. We'll talk to our top 3 in a moment. Logan Herbert looks like he's going to get credited with the Hard Charger Award, plus 16, 20th to 4th here tonight. Great run for him. So he gets that plus his finishing place money. Dustin Glenn rounds out the top 5 in our money finishers here tonight. Wow, Tim, what an event. What do you think so far?
Wow. Let's add some more laps to this race, why don't we?
Yeah, no kidding.
That's what we need. That's exactly what we need.
You know, congratulations to all drivers. You know, awesome to be a part of. We'll get to talk to our top 3 once we see them and they are available to talk to. It looks like one of them is waiting for us right at the moment. That's our second place finisher. We'll see if maybe Dakota Osborne pops in somewhere here as well. We'll get a word in with him. But ready to go. There he is, Dakota Osborne. We'll talk to him first. Hey, Dakota, it's Tyler and Tim up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. Solid run for you tonight here. Finishing 3rd, finishing in a money position. Tell us a little bit about your race.
Oh, we drew number 1, I guess, on the qualifying. I don't have Twitch, so I couldn't see that. So that kind of put us behind the 8 ball. Started last in the heat race, but as far as the feature goes, I mean, just kept it smooth, kept it straight. Towards the end, I think I found a line we could have made a better run for the 2nd or 1st, but just decided to follow them and take 3rd there.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only that, you get to go home with a little extra money tonight. That doesn't hurt, right? It looks like you'll take home $50. How's that?
That sounds pretty nice. You know, I don't think there's very many money races on here. I think this is the first one I've ever ran. I mean, like this is just like one race pays out, not a series. So, I mean, it's nice. Thankful that all these guys put the show on.
Yeah, absolutely. Tim, you have anything to ask Dakota?
Yeah, going out through the night, what was the major difference between, well, obviously the track slicks up, but how difficult was it to manage the tire throughout the night?
Um, so I actually, that's one thing I forgot to look at was my tire wear there after the feature. I looked at it in hot laps, and I knew the track was gonna be slick because they rolled the session over. But I knew I was gonna have to take it pretty easy the first half of the race. Um, I mean, there at the end, it was. I mean, I was feathering the throttle. I was barely on it, just trying to avoid wheel spin. Um, I mean, a quarter throttle, maybe half on the straights. That was it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations once again on finishing third, taking home a little money here tonight. Before we let you go, who would you like to thank?
Oh, I don't have any sponsors. I guess I'll thank my brother for actually joining this tonight with me, even though he didn't have a good night. Uh, he already left. He was pretty upset after his finish, but that's about it.
All right. Well, we certainly appreciate you getting a word in here with us, and we'll let you celebrate your third place finish.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Now we'll talk to our second place finisher, Mr. Trevor Royer. Hey, Trevor, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep, how's it going, guys?
It's going fantastic. Well, man, you bring that machine home in second. You led a bunch of laps here tonight. Had a wonderful battle, it looked like, with Caden Berry there in the closing laps. Tell us a little bit about that, and if you had anything in the tank there on the last run.
Yeah, it was a good race with him. He raced me clean, so I can't really complain about that. He just beat me straight up. I mean, when you get like 10 restarts to get another shot at going for the win, I mean, eventually you're gonna get one to stick, and I think I got one chance to try to get back at him at the end there, and I couldn't get close enough. So congrats to Caden. It was a good race. I hate to lead that many laps and not win it, but I still end up leaving here with some money in my pocket, so I can't be too disappointed.
Yeah, absolutely. Second place, you take home $100 tonight, plus leading all of those laps. I think you take home another $5 for that as well. So that doesn't hurt, right?
For sure, I'll definitely take that. It was a awesome event. Like I said, I would have liked to have not seen so many yellows, but that's the nature of racing sometimes. It's out of your hands. I know the admins were doing everything they could. I appreciate them for taking the time to put this race on, and Regal for what he did for this event, and you guys for putting on the broadcast. I'm looking forward to going back and watching it because me and Caden were throwing some sliders on each other there towards the end, which was probably pretty good.
Yeah, it provided some really exciting racing for us here in the closing laps. Tim, you have anything to ask Trevor?
Yeah, Trevor, leading 15 of the 35 laps. You think you could have done anything differently to hold off Caden Berry uh, on that charge?
I seen he got up to second really quick, so I had a feeling when I seen his name on the list, he was going to be the person I was going to be racing for the win against. No disrespect to any of the other guys. Matt Graham's very good, and there's a couple other guys that are good drivers as well. But I was kind of checking the records for this league, and he has a bunch of wins. He has like the most sprint car wins, so I had a feeling he was going to be the one to beat here, and I don't know. I felt like I was doing everything I could. I mean, there's no way to judge how good my restarts were. And I felt like I was already running the preferred line, and he was just able to get underneath me on the backstretch, and it was game on from there. He just kept beating me out of four, and um, when that yellow came out, he had crossed the finish line ahead of me the lap before, so it gave him the lead, and that's pretty much what it came down to. Or we probably would have been sliding until the checkered flag.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic racing there between you two. And before we let you go, anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, my team, Black Diamond Motorsports, Ultimate Dirt TV, Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, 19 Designs, and like I said, you guys are putting this broadcast on. I appreciate that, and um, Andrew Regal and everyone involved putting this league on and putting up the money. I know there was an entry fee, but I appreciate everything they did to put this event on, and I look forward to racing in this league some more in the future. Oh, and congrats to Aiden on, Caden on the win.
All right. Well, we appreciate you getting a word in here with us tonight, and we'll let you celebrate your second place finish.
Yep, thank you guys.
Absolutely. Thank you. Now we get to talk to our race winner, Caden Berry. Hey, Caden, it's Tyler and Tim up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
All right, man. You bring home the win here tonight. Started 7th. You made your way up to 2nd pretty quickly and kind of had to log some laps behind Trevor Royer and had quite a few yellows and restarts. And I think over time you just found a way to beat Trevor on a restart, huh?
Yeah, I definitely did. Just wasted a lot of time behind him, I felt like. But, I kind of wasted a lot of tire in the beginning. When I started 7th, I was not trying to be in the back, but I was driving through the moisture down the back stretch and the front stretch, and it just wasn't really, it was kind of like, I don't know, just kind of loose dirt, I feel like. I mean, other tracks, the moisture is pretty good down there where, shows that it's not slick, but here for some reason it was kind of, just a little weird and slippery down there. So I was just kind of wasting tires, spinning the tires down there, getting on the gas a little too hard. Like I said, I didn't really want to waste too much time starting 7th and trying to get to the lead as quick as possible to try to just get clean air and lead the laps and try to pull away and win. Once we, got to 2nd place, we only had a handful of laps. Definitely wanted to get something working and throw something at Trevor there because I definitely had to because he had good pace tonight. And like I said, maybe if I saved a little bit more tire, I could have maybe got around him earlier in the race. But I just had to throw a couple of sliders at him, and once we had that last restart, I was just hoping to hold my line where it was. It was just a really weird and technical track tonight. There was no bottom, no middle, and kind of just a slider line. You had no curb to lean on tonight. So just he kind of found the line, and I just took it and just kept running the slider line and just actually stayed off the gas, and it definitely helped.
Yeah, for sure did. And you get to take home the big prize, $150. That's got to feel good, huh?
Yeah, it definitely feels good, especially when you start 7th. And yeah, man, it just feels really good. And I just got to thank everybody that, that's on my side. Just got to give all glory to God. And I got to thank my mom and dad, my nan and grandpa, my grandmother Cece, and my Grammy Ryder. And I also got to thank TJ and my brother and sister, all out there for watching. And got to thank all my partners: Granite State Blacktoppers, Keep Digging Apparel, Enos Construction, Drew's Powder Coating, CRC, Z-Max, Jevin to Save Lives, Victory Fuel, Turn 1 Graphics, Ryder Family Sawmill, John Bear's Legacy Racing. Also got to thank my Irison partners: Team Myobi, Cataclysm Computers, King Race Designs, Speed Factory, LCJ Carpentry, Stingray Rock Tools Australia. And I just got to really thank you guys for putting on these shows for us to, run and have fun with.
Absolutely. And real quick, Tim, you have anything to ask Caden?
Yeah, throughout the night, well, I asked a couple drivers how the track was. How did the way the track slicked up benefit you the most, and what were you able to do with that?
Ran Irison for a long time, and this was one of the tracks that actually got the most technical that I've ran in, a long time. So it was definitely different than what I was used to. Because like I said, it was just, I run on here all the time, and that was just a different track to run on. You had no curb to really run on. There's no bottom, no middle, and I don't know, it was just super technical.
Okay, and we appreciate you getting a word in here with us and taking home the money. Do we expect you to run in the second round of the Summer Showcase Series?
Late models, probably not. I just kind of been, especially the open setup, I'm not really as good in the late model, but I'll definitely stick on the sprint car side of things and definitely run the summer sizzle with you guys.
All righty. Well, we appreciate you talking to us tonight. Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
All right. That was our top 3. And Tim, as we bring the night to a close, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, just an amazing night of racing. That's all. I mean, I just thank you to all the drivers.
Absolutely, everybody that participated here tonight for sure. Can't forget that there's 2 more events that's going to take place for the Summer Showcase. The next event's going to be with the late models, and the track is slipping my memory at the moment. But each of the other 2 races will be broadcasted, not by us. There's a couple different companies that's going to be doing the other 2 shows, but Reigel Promotions from Monday, June the 17th through August the 12th is going to be running their the summer sizzle season in the Wing 360 sprint cars. And that'll be every Monday night through those dates, the June 17th to August the 12th. There's a $50 plus championship point fund dispersed through the top 3 in the championship standings. First gets $25 in a custom trophy. Second's going to take $15, and third will take home $10. And we cannot forget about the big event Reigel's putting on July 14th through the 16th at the Eldora Speedway in the 360 sprint cars. It's going to be the King's Clash event. That Sunday is going to be the kickoff show and practice night. It's going to be a 2-hour open practice. Monday, July 15th, is going to be the Sovereign Showdown 30-lap feature, $80 top 5 payout. And that is a free event if you're registered for the King's Clash. And Tuesday is going to be the big King's Clash 40-lap feature, $200 to win and $20 to start. And all of that will be live here on the Buckeye Racing Network, so really looking forward to that upcoming for us next month. Next show for us is going to be this Sunday night with the League of Outlaws, their IMCA-style modified division, the next race in their series. And after that, STRR next week has a money race, big block modifieds. We'll get to bring the coverage for that as well. That's going to do it for us tonight from the Lanier Speedway. For Tim Henderson, I'm Tyler Bentley. Good night.